demons, it would be the...
And you got Rakdos Cackler. I mean, you got the aggressive cards you need.
You've got some really effective casting cost demons. You've got Desecration Demon, you got Herald of Torment, and you have the demon that's a 5/5 for 3 that they draw a card during your upkeep.
Master of the Feast, yeah.
Yeah, those cards are just very effective for your mana cost, and even if they have a drawback, the drawback is not going to tend to matter, especially with the kind of speed that you can put up with that.
Well, we're already into the action here. We ignore our offshoot discussion about mono black aggro cards, but we are watching a mono black deck here in round 2. Both these players are undefeated. We've only gone through one round, but they did win it. On the left is Drew Scherr. He's back from college. He's playing mono black aggro. Don't let the Rakdos Scrylands fool you. It is a mono black creature deck, and his opponent is Casey Skibbe. He's playing a pretty interesting Judd Midrange deck we've seen do a lot of work over the last few weeks and months. Casey also goes to college out of town, so he's back for the summer. Last time we streamed, which was 2 weeks ago, I think he did make the top 4 of that tournament with this deck. And there is one of the features, Reaper of the Wild.
On turn 3.
On turn 3, thanks to a Caryatid and an Elvish Mystic, while Drew has not...
Yeah, on turn 3 with a Scryland, no less.
Yep.
Or with a land that came into play tapped.
Yeah, but Drew taking advantage of Casey being tapped out to go ahead and Hero's Downfall. I guess this is not really a mono-black aggro deck as much as I had thought. And there is main deck Mistcutter Hydra from Skibbe for 4. So
for 4, yes. So Reaper did its work. It made him discard a Hero's Downfall, and then he is able to get in for 4.
Yeah,
So even if he plays Hero's Downfall again, that's still a win. Apparently that is a...
Whip of Erebos.
That is a Whip of Erebos, okay.
Yeah, so I feel like...
So it seems like he's a little short on creatures, apparently. Or maybe he's playing very expensive creatures that don't come out until...
I think what happens here is that since the last time Drew played his deck, he has changed it enough to the point where my title is misleading here.
It could be. It could be Control. That's a Plurknos coming out on Casey's side of the field. So right now, Supreme Verge would be a good play. Gray Merchant for 2, not quite out the hole.
It's Gray Merchant for 4 because of the whip.
Oh, because of the whip. Yes, fair enough.
So after damage, Drew's going to go down to 15. Mortars is going to clear out the blocker, and then we're going to serve in here for 10. Could make it 11, but that seems unnecessary.
To what? To Monstrosity for 1? Yeah, that's not necessary at all. He almost has enough Monstrosity instead of Mortars if he plays another Gray Merchant.
There's another Gray Merchant, so another 8-point life.
Oh, yeah, you need 9 mana for that. Okay, so he could do it after combat. Yeah. Monstrosity. Or he could just Dreadbore and swing for another 10.
Yeah, so we've seen this out of Casey's deck multiple times before. By playing Jund, he gets to play all the removal spells. He gets to play literally all... His deck is all removal. He's got Abrupt Decay, he's got Mizium Mortars, he's got Hero's Downfall, he's got Dreadbore.
So really, he only needs to stick one threat.
If you're good deck. So Drew down a game, he's going to be on the play here. Let's see if he can muster up a little bit more action against the mono removal deck of...
Shouldn't it say 0-1 there then? Oh, that's for the rounds. Okay, I see.
So game 2 underway here. We see Drew's deck maybe is caught in between here, as he's playing a turn 1 Rakdos Cackler in a deck that doesn't otherwise look all that aggressive. But to be fair, Drew is a full-time college student, and this is the first week he's been back, so he's probably doing more important things with his life than poring over deck lists from the internet and building. I'm
also guessing that his deck may have not been shuffled correctly, because his last game was a very, very slow start. It looked like he played pretty much 3 cards all game.
Variance is a part of Magic.
Yes.
So Casey has managed to drop all the way down to 14 without... having played nothing more than this Elvish Mystic.
I assume he played a Charm, Golgari Charm, to regenerate his creature?
Yes.
Okay.
I think what he was planning on doing was blocking with the Elf and then charming afterwards to give everything -1/-1. That didn't work out. And I'm probably glad that it didn't, because Casey now has a turn 3 Xenagos Planeswalker. It's going to make a Satyr. It's going to stay back on defense here. Here's Downfall going to answer the Planeswalker. And then, interesting there, Drew choosing to trade off.
So that is a 2-for-1. That is 2 cards of Drew's for 1 Planeswalker.
Yep.
So Casey is still ahead on cards and ahead on mana right now.
Mm-hmm. Which is very
well, actually, no, he hasn't. Oh, yeah, he did play a land.
It's important for, and then Casey's going to Rakdos return for 2 here. With no other action, might as well try and strip some cards out of Drew's hand. The problem for Casey is really going to be resources. He gets his card advantage from his Planeswalkers because his deck does not draw a lot of business. 2 Bobblights go to the bin, so
wow.
There's a Pack Rat.
There's a Pack Rat, and I think he has 1 card remaining. No, 2 cards remaining. Okay.
So now's the question of whether or not Casey can kill this Pack Rat this turn. He should be able to, given his list, but without a removal spell in hand, that Pack Rat will win the game by itself. There is a Dreadbore, in fact. And just like Casey drew it up, it's Elvish Mystic Beatdowns.
Yeah. Is that another Pack Rat? No,
that's a Painseer. Yeah. So it is, truth be told, some combination of a Dotion deck and a aggro deck. So Casey plays a Scryland, or plays the Overgrown Tomb tapped.
And it's going to return again for 2.
Yep.
Which would be the entire hand.
Yep, there was a Mogus's Marauder and a card I cannot make out. Now see, this is interesting because now Drew's going to get to serve in, which means he's going to get the Inspired trigger off of his Painseer. If Casey has a removal spell in hand, I'm sure he's fine with this, but yeah, and there is a Mortars.
I was actually kind of thinking he might be okay with him drawing cards. Ooh. I don't know why he didn't swing with a Mystic that turn.
Pretty brutal top deck, but Casey with a Putrefy. I mean, like I said, Casey...
Oh, is that why he kept the Druid open? Okay.
Yeah, and there's a Reaper of the Wild, so a win condition online now for Casey.
And now he's keeping it open for Hexproof or Regen. One of the modes of Reaper anyway.
Yeah, that extra point of damage is unlikely to matter at this point. So, Reaper online. Drew playing off the top of his deck. The Desecration Demon came last turn, but only a rack.
Oh, there's no Desecration Demon.
Yeah, because it came last turn and it got putrefied.
Oh, putrefied. Yes. Yeah, you put the Cackler with a leash on it, and it traded with the Dryad. Or the Mystic, I should say.
That's actually a pretty good spot there. So Drew draws a Devour Flesh, baits Casey into trading off Rakdos Cackler for Mystic, and then the Edict effect will clear out the Reaper of the Wild.
But Casey has multiple cards in hand, and Drew is still top decking.
Well, sure, but I mean...
that was a very good play.
No one was... Well, it's not a matter of a good play or not. It's no one's suggesting that Drew is out of the woods here, but could have been a lot less relevant card off the top here. And there's 5 mana for a Mistcutter Hydra after playing a Pelucranos. So this game, all over but the shouting. Drew's going to draw his card and offer the hand. He has to kill both of these creatures, and since Damnation is no longer legal and standard. So as expected, the all-removable deck of Casey Skibbe moves to 2-0 on the night. So we see some good sportsmanship, some exaggerated good sportsmanship from our players. So we've got the better part of a half hour left in the round. I'm going to step outside and see if we can find another match to slot over. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Sorry for that. But he played the mono black like high tide deck that was like using all the copies to make like a bunch of black mana and then cast Gristlebrand or Sanguinate or whatever. He's played the various mazes in decks. And he's still on the Guildgate plan, as you see. He's playing a Hold the Gates deck. That is 2 copies of Phoenix up there at the top, as well as an
Indestructibility.
Indestructibility. Yes, a Crow and Colossus, or Colossus of Crows or whatever.
Yeah, I've lost to Zach way more times than...
So Zach's going to be up against it here because Jonathan is playing the control deck. Jonathan probably the most accomplished control player in our shop.
It takes like guys have fun, he says.
Yeah. Jonathan is the guy who has more often than not ruined all of our fun by watching his very good control deck piloted against the fun deck and smashing it. But yeah, so Zach's deck is a Hold the Gates deck. And basically what he's trying to do is he's trying to cast Phoenix and mill his opponent out all in one fell swoop. So we'll see what happens. So he turn 2 Thoughtseize off of Scry from Jonathan, nets 1 Phoenix, but Zach does have a redundant copy. More importantly, Zach's stuck on 3 lands here. Here comes another Thoughtseize from Jonathan. Going to grab the other Phoenix, I imagine, revealing that he's drawn a 100-handed one and a redundant copy of Indestructibility. So let's take a look over to the card viewer and see what the heck Hold the Gates actually does.
Gives your creatures +0/+1 for each gate you control.
And there's his combination with Phoenix. And there's a Somberwald Sage. That's the Birds of Paradise, but it's as big as your Creatures with Defender. Forget the name of it. We saw that when he was playing Mazes. He was playing in Enter the Infinite. No, a Primal Surge combo deck at one point with the Defender ramp. That deck was very fun because back then you could play Thrag Tusks, you could play Detention Spheres, so you had like perfect answers. And then if you ever cast Primal Surge, you just won the game because it played Door to Nothingness and 1 Zealous Conscripts, so you could untap the Door to Nothingness and immediately pay for it because you get all your lands into play.
You played the artifact that let you tap your land for any mana, right?
Yes, Chromatic Lantern. So we've lived the dream, gentlemen. We've got an indestructible. We've got
0/3.
Indestructible 0/3.
The Supreme Verdicts aren't doing so good right now.
Why is he playing the indestructibility? I'm sure there's a reason.
Okay, well, his original plan was 100-handed one. If you put it on there, you can block every single creature that attacks it.
Well, I like that. Only problem is Jonathan doesn't really attack.
Yeah.
He'll just win.
And also, I beat him with a Stormwrath Dragon because it's protection from white, which he forgot about.
Yes. Well, it's clearly not like the tier 1 deck.
Yeah.
But it's not like Zach just throws together the cards he opened from the 7 booster packs. You know what I mean? He thinks about
It's
it.
not a draft deck. This is legit.
Zach looks at, and to be quite honest, if I played Standard, I would be playing the kind of decks that Zach plays. If I was playing Standard right now, I'd probably be trying to make some Nivik Cyclops deck work.
Yeah.
Or, I just want to play with Young Pyromancer too, but, so Jonathan's going to go ahead and fire off the Sorcery Speed Sphinx's Rev here just to draw 3 cards, try to find some business. And the only damage done so far this game was the 4 damage that...
That wasn't Sorcery Speed. It was at the end of Zach's.
Oh, I had lost track of the game, which is surprising since it's so action-packed.
Is that a land? Yep.
Evil Beard in the chat. Long-time viewer. There is a Jace Architect of Thought squaring off against an indestructible 0/3 wall.
I just wanted to get there.
That Jace is never getting it.
Is he get any value off the fact that is an enchantment and indestructibility? Is he playing Sphere of Resistance or something?
Sphere of Safety? No.
Sphere of Safety.
I didn't see it when I played.
Open the door and ask Zach if he's playing Sphere of Safety.
Zach, are you playing Sphere of Safety? Ask Zach if he's playing Sphere of Safety. No.
Okay.
No, he is not.
Alright. I'm sure there's a reason why there's an indestructible. There's multiple copies of it.
It is for the 100-handed one, you guys.
No, that's the combo. It's
That
just
is the combo.
exclusively for that combo.
I'm guessing.
Well, good thing Jonathan Thoughtseized it, or whatever he did to it.
Yeah, it was Thoughtseize. I think he had 3.
So Zach not doing anything. He does have a Phoenix. He cannot cast it, I don't think. Unless that's the Demir Guildgate there.
Wait, does he have a hand?
Yeah, so it's over to the side here. Zach is leaving his hand on the table because of the early Thoughtseize from Jonathan. Just being a bro, leaving it up there. Jonathan just plays Scryland, ticks up.
Playing around counter spells or something.
Oh, he can't play around counter spells.
They think they are, but really, there's no way. After 2 6 revolutions, it's probably 10 counters.
The only thing in Jonathan's hand currently are creature kill spells that are redundant and counter magic. Temple Garden.
Here he comes.
Palisade Giant.
Heyo.
Indestructibility with the Palisade Giant. There you go. That's another combination.
Yeah, I guess there is a lot of combos there. And it sticks.
Jonathan's like, I don't even care.
Yeah, I'm just going to untap and Doomblade it.
room to find nothing is the Giants get there.
Well, here's an interesting thing because the Giant has actually become like a consideration. I've seen in some of the Star City articles because of burn decks can't beat it. It does cost 6 though, doesn't it? It's a 6 drop. That being Palisade Giant.
By that time, you're already at 8 or 9 burn decks.
Well, yeah. I guess the thing being is like you can play Elspeth on 6, but that you still die to some reach. You know, you die to double Boris Charm and things like that. But with the Palisade Giant, they have to 2-for-1 just to kill it, and then that might be all you need to formally stabilize the board. Well, there's a verdict as expected. Oh, why doesn't the O3 die?
Because it's indestructible.
Totally indestructible.
Boom.
Ticking up the Jace again. I think Jonathan correctly realizing this is a win the game with Jace kind of affair. So I think he's slowly ticking that Jace up. Might see an ultimate here. Zach
If
playing.
he plays Phoenix, I'm just gonna...
I think Zach has another card in his hand, slightly off camera there. But I may be wrong. Well, he has the Phoenix that we haven't seen yet. That's still on the table, haven't been revealed from the early Thoughtseize. He's doing some math here. Jonathan has 2 D-Spheres. He can D-Sphere the indestructibility. 5 mana for Phoenix. Dissolve. Zach's only weakness.
The infinite counterspells in Jonathan's hand.
I mean, all joking aside, Zach's deck is very fun. We obviously know he's not trying to win the Pro Tour with it as my camera continues to act up. It's been a rough night for my equipment. But Control's the worst possible matchup.
I'm surprised there's basic land in there.
Alright, bear with me, gentlemen. We're going to disconnect the camera again, just so that we can get it to work. I'm going to be packing up early tonight in general because just really struggling on the technology tonight. Laptop wouldn't work to start. Camera's not cooperating now. There we go. There's another Palisade Giant. Looks like it's going to stick. Well, at least when I unplug the camera, it's obvious the stream is still working because I have my titles and everything. It's also difficult. You can see the camera bouncing a lot more. We're using a table that we don't normally use because there was some rearranged tables when I came in today, so that might be a factor too. I think it's getting jostled a little bit more. So Zach has Hold the Gates.
So good.
That'll be a 0 life 20.
Yes. So now how many has he got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so that's an 08 indestructible.
Here's another question. Does Jonathan care?
Well, this is why Phoenix is so good in his deck, because with Hold the Gates and like 2 defenders, you just immediately just start milling for like 20 a turn. Jonathan doesn't care. He's got unlimited. D-Spheres and counter magic. The thing is about it, in a situation which Jonathan hasn't already resolved 2 Revelations and has the game well in order, the problem with Phoenix is if you don't counter it, things like D-Sphere and Verdict and stuff aren't good enough because there are legitimate situations where Zach just plays Phoenix and just mills you out that same turn. Yeah. The Palisade Giant is a 7 toughness creature by itself. You know, that's before you get any bonus from Hold the Gates.
See, he is actually going to the top of the Jace.
Yeah, he has to try and win that way. He'll go get his own Elspeth, and he'll get whatever the best card in Zach's deck is, which I don't know if there is a good card in Zach's deck. Hey-oh! Gotcha. There is a card on the floor. Several people in the chat are mentioning that. They can't. It's bothering a lot of people.
I'll go get it.
All right.
Might be a mountain.
We're sending our man out. So Jace has gone ultimate here.
is a gobbling ooze.
Gobbling Ooze. That, of course, is an awful uncommon
The attack.
from Ravnica, which was Return to Ravnica, which was so valuable to someone that they left it on the floor. So Jonathan deciding what he wants to steal. He's going to steal a Phoenix, which is important, if only because it takes a Phoenix out of Zach's deck.
So, okay, I got a question. How does Jonathan win? Does he attack the tokens or does he tap them?
Oh, he can go for the style points, milling Zach out.
With tokens.
Yes. So we discarded one Phoenix, we countered one Phoenix, and we've Jace ultimated another Phoenix. So there's one Phoenix left in Zach's hand. If Jonathan has a counterspell, the game is over, correct?
Unless he has other winning conditions that we do not know about.
Unless, does he have some kind of thing that, if he has Opalescence,
Yeah.
that card does?
No.
I don't know what set it's from. There's Saga, I think. Turns all your enchantments into XX creatures equal to their casting cost. So if he plays that card, number one, he'll lose for cheating, because illegal. But number two, maybe...
He can get Rolling Stones and just attack with his defenders.
He still has a 10-10 indestructible guy.
Yeah, he does have that guy.
He might have a second one somewhere.
I want that to be how he wins this game. I want him to win with that card.
I love how
I want an indestructibility on him.
I love how we've allowed ourselves to invent a scenario in which Zach can win this game.
Well, he could also win if he just gets in there with 100-handed one.
Oh, he is going the mill plan.
Yes.
Oh, we love it. Well, why didn't he tap with the tokens?
Well, I think they have semi-sickness.
Does it say?
doesn't matter.
I don't know if it depends on how Phoenix reads. I don't know if it has the tap symbol in it. We'll
Yeah,
double
I
check.
think it is tap. Each creature has tap.
It could be. Yeah, it is.
Yep. So it does have a tap symbol in it, so they do have to be unsummoning sick.
Got the sickness.
His devotion to blue blue and black, is only 4. He would need to play a Jace and another D-Sphere in
I
order
wanted
to...
to tap that.
Alright, Zach's not going out without a fight here. Gatecreeper Vine, one of his favorites. He used to play that in Maze's End and Primal Surge combo. It helps him fix his mana
He's cast that card.
more than any other human being alive. It helps fix his mana. It's another defender, helps with his guy. What's that guy's name? The one that gives the mana for the defenders you have.
I don't even know.
It's right there, but
Like
I can't remember.
Axebane Guardian?
Axebane Guardian! You nailed it. So now that taps for 3 now. That's value.
He cannot be killed.
Actually, it taps for wait. Oh no, wait. He exiled the gate thing. That gives him +0/+1.
Yeah, which is hilarious, I think, because...
The unnecessary.
Yes. I'm waiting until Zach just scoops because he mills the last Phoenix in his deck. Uh-oh, we're getting close to Phoenix being active here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
One more permanent.
One more D-Sphere and we can start milling with Phoenix
Just
himself.
pay the ace wing in this. Wait, Athena's ability is to get like either -1 +1, right?
Yeah, you can make
So
it.
you
You can make it an O. You can make it like an 09.
You can even go further,
crap.
could you? Because like it wouldn't kill it.
It's going to town.
That turns all your lands into a mill.
Yeah.
That's value.
There's the new deck, you guys. Let's get Zach on his plan.
That's for sure. Run at least one Phoenix, I think.
No one should run any Phoenix.
No, it's
Just
fine.
run for all 4 of them.
Think about it, you guys.
That is a good point from Joao in the chat saying we should make a Zach token. It just says YOLO. Zach is the YOLO of our Magic community. Well, he seems to keep drawing business off the top here. What he needs is red for that. What's the red card that pings for gates?
Oh, I don't know what it's called.
Crackling Perimeter.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Crackling Perimeter. Just go to town with the Crackling Perimeter.
Need that alternate WinCon Sun?
Does he ever red?
No, I don't think he runs red.
No.
But he can play it off of his Caryatid and his
Oh, that's true.
Axebane Guardian.
Heck yeah, he could. And all you've got the Gatecreeper Vines. You just need one
is that?
gate.
Yeah, what is this? Oh, Palisade Giant.
It's Palisade Giant number 3 on the evening. If only he can find some way of bouncing his own Phoenix to its owner's hands. So it looks like Zach's got another card he can cast. Zach also playing against the clock here, as there's no way he'll win this game in another one, even if by some he wins the lottery. If Zach wins this game of Magic, he needs to go buy a lottery ticket immediately, because he will never be luckier today than never be luckier in his life than he would be in this instance right here. Ooh, and an indestructible Palisade Giant. So good.
So now he has to get a mill plan.
Good thing Jonathan was on the mill plan, Drew.
It's good. It's good.
That is pretty cool, I have to say. Zach's going to lose this game horribly, but he did assemble Palisade Giant indestructibility combo, which is pretty fun.
He's going to lose his game, but he's going to win my respect.
That's a quote of the night from Drew Scherr. So Phoenix Mill is going to get there. The problem is, oh, it's online! We have a Phoenix online. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ultimate Elspeth. Give them all +2/+2. Mill them out. Mill them out. Mill them out. Mill them out. Mill them out.
Don't you swing.
Mill them out. Mill them out. So many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 27.
It's at least like over
31. 40. It's 40 cards. There's no way he has 40 cards in this deck.
Maybe he's running, he's running Battle Awaits. You never know.
He's running Laboratory Maniac. Here we go. So, as expected, we all knew Phoenix was going to win this game.
Yeah.
We just didn't realize it was going to be from Jonathan stealing it by a Jace Ultimate, ultimating his Elspeth, and then grinding him out.
At least I'm happy.
This was one of the greatest games of Magic I've ever watched. It was a lot of
Produce a
fun.
Pro Tour when you have defenders.
It was a lot of fun. And always good to see legendary Brewsman Zach Viglianco come with another fun brew to allow us to have a good time watching Magic cards. We saw the real decks. We saw the real deck. We saw Mono Black Devotion. We saw Jund Monsters. We took a break.